Hey guys, welcome back to Lovely Tanya Talk, and we're going to get straight into this topic for today. So, we're going to talk about this nurse that was arrested. She was arrested in the NICU babies department or part of the hospital. The hospital was Henrico Doctors Hospital. This doctor or this hospital is located in Virginia, okay? And her name is Elizabeth Ann Strotman. This woman has been accused of breaking the bones of Black babies. But if you can see here, it's not emphasized Black babies. So as I continue to look on different news articles about Elizabeth here, Arena Elizabeth, they do not mention Black babies. But as I started to look all over TikTok, that's when they started to talk about the bones that she was breaking in the NICU department or the NICU part of the hospital were all Black babies. Okay? No, she was not picking any other race, but she was definitely breaking the bones of Black babies. Okay? So, listen, I have a couple of clips I'm going to show you guys pertaining to a father back in 2023. His baby bones were broken. Then we also have four other babies or three other babies in 2024 that also bones that was breaking. So basically, this woman has been injuring babies, newborn babies, bones ever since 2023 in a hospital. And the hospital failed to realize what was going on until she returned back to work in 2024. Okay, so we're going to get straight into this and I'm going to give you guys my opinion. Make sure you like and you subscribe to the channel because a lot of people is not even talking about this right here, and this definitely all over TikTok. So here we go.
Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman was arraigned today in connection to that ongoing investigation into the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. And our 8 News reporter Victoria Lucas is taking action, getting new information in this case today from the courthouse.
She joins us this evening in Henrico with the latest.
The judge presiding in this case denied reporters access into the courtroom, but Henrico County Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor did confirm Erin Strotman was denied bond. Strotman faces 1 count of felony child neglect and 1 count of felony malicious wounding for an injury to an infant on or about November 10th of 2024.
We will leave no stone unturned.
Henrico County's top prosecutor letting reporters know her office will continue to work very aggressively into the investigation into Henrico Doctors Hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. In less than 2 weeks, 1 woman has been charged and arrested, 26-year-old Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman of Chesterfield County, who was denied bond by a judge Friday afternoon.
While there has been an arrest for 1 person for allegedly inflicting injury on a single victim, I would emphasize this is an ongoing investigation spanning potential offenses committed in both 2023 and 2024.
The ongoing investigation centered around 7 babies in total. The hospital alerting the community online that 4 babies had, quote, unexplainable fractures in 2024, similar to an incident in 2023. Strotman now facing charges for 1 child out of the 7.
We will continue to work on building cases if there is evidence present to build other cases to find if there's additional criminal culpability.
It makes me sick. It truly makes me sick.
Dominique Hackey is one of the 3 families who showed up to court for 3 children involved in the entire investigation. Taylor confirmed Strotman is currently being charged in connection to a child whose family was not in court. Still, Hackey says he had to show up.
Justice for my son. Justice for the other families that were affected, the other people's boys that were affected. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and it looks like that day is here.
8 News learned from 2 other families who wanted to remain anonymous that one of their twins who was being cared for in the NICU passed away. Another said her son suffered 12 fractures.
I feel very blessed with what our situation was, and that it was just a broken leg, because it could have been a lot worse. And my heart goes out to those families truly.
Taylor confirms Strotman was employed at Henrico Doctors in 2023 and 2024 and is currently no longer. So we're trying to figure out when exactly she was terminated and what her status.
That is horrible. So the man that you seen, Dominique, his baby was injured back in 2023, had fractured either to the leg, the foot, or the arm, either or, it didn't say. But this woman injured his baby back in 2023 after investigation was done. Okay? This is horrible. Not only that, there were twins that was in the hospital in 2024. One of them passed away. That's horrible. Listen to this. We have an article that I pulled up for you guys so you can see exactly what's going on pertaining to this case. You can't make this up. It says a nurse, Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes stuff acts up when you least expect it, I tell you. One second. So it says a nurse, Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman, has been arrested in Virginia after newborn babies in the NICU at Henrico Doctors Hospital was found with mysterious injuries, including bone fractures. The incident dates back in the summer of 2023, with new cases surfacing in the late 2024. So there was cases in 2023 and now that just passed. The 26-year-old nurse is facing malicious wounding, child abuse, and neglect charges. Okay, it goes on to say the hospital has closed its NICU to new patients as authorities review surveillance footage and past cases to uncover the full extent of the abuse. The tragic case raises urgent questions about patient safety and hospital oversight. More updates to come as the investigation unfolds. It also says she did this to 4 babies, as they stated in the video. In 2023, they stated as investigation and put her on paid administration leave in 2023. But CPS and the police could not determine who the abuser was at the time, so they let her return back to work in November 2024, where she did it to 2 more babies. And from my understanding, the babies are black. Once again, as far as I remember, the last time I had my child was back in 2004. She's 20. I could have swore that they have surveillance cameras over there in the NICU department where the babies are located. Why during investigation in 2023 they didn't check camera footages, see who was on call during that particular time on the floor? Cameras show everything. They would have seen what was transpiring. I think that the doctor, the hospital itself, brushed the case underneath the table, hoping that when she returned that she wouldn't continue, but she did. I think they only brushed it under the table is because she is a white woman and those were black babies. That's what I think. But let's go on. We also have footage from particular women and men on TikTok. Listen to this.
That nurse that was harming those black babies in the NICU, breaking their bones, I hope that you get everything that you deserve in jail. That is sick, okay? Like, to have an individual like that working in a hospital is crazy. And we have to have better mental health checks for these people that are working in the hospitals, nurses, doctors, whoever. Because there's no way that the place that you go to for help for your child is the same place where you end up having your child be worse than they were. It's crazy, and it makes me mad because when I see a child, all I want to do is protect. But there's people working in the hospital with a demon in them like that just want to harm you or your child. It's crazy. It's stressful to think about it, and it's just super sad, and something gotta give, something gotta be better. Like, oh my God, I'm stressed.
I'm stressed as well because this is a sad situation. Make sure y'all share this video right here. That way it can get out to the masses and we can definitely shine the light on this situation because I don't think it's being talked about enough. The only place that I see a lot of people talking about this situation with this nurse and these black babies is on TikTok. And that's one place where you cannot censor us at is on TikTok. I also have a couple of more other videos I'm going to show you what other people's opinion. But I want to stress emphasis on there were 7 black babies as what they know of. A lot of people leave these hospitals not knowing, knowing why their child is autistic or not knowing why their child may have a club foot or this or that. And it's because malicious people like this go around and just break bones and fracture certain parts of the black babies. This is horrible. Listen to this as well. This is terrible.
I have an update in this case. Last week, I made a video about the Henrico Doctors Hospital in Virginia that was temporarily pausing admissions into the NICU after 3 babies were discovered to have unexplained fractures. An investigation was opened up and they determined that this nurse, 26-year-old Erin Strotman, was harming the babies. She's being charged with 1 count of abuse and neglect and 1 count of malicious wounding. And if you didn't see my previous video, this is similar to the summer of 2023 at that hospital when 4 babies had unexplained fractures. The Commonwealth attorney announced that the 2003 investigation is being reopened. She said, if there are families out there who believe that there is something that impacted their child back in 2023 at this particular hospital, they should certainly feel comfortable in reaching out to law enforcement and calling the Henrico police. I don't want to suggest that we know for sure that there are other situations, but we cannot prelude the idea that there could be other babies that were impacted. And just to clarify, the reports haven't released whether she was a nurse or housekeeping or what her role is at that hospital and if she was even working there in 2023. But I looked at her Facebook and it says right there, registered nurse at Henrico Parham and Retreat Doctors Hospital starting in June 2019. I'll keep you guys updated with this case, so make sure to hit the follow button.
She definitely looked like something is wrong with her anyway, if you ask me. If you look inside of a person's eyes, it tells it all. This 27-year-old woman is malicious. She has the devil inside of her. It's so sad that there's people out here that really doesn't like black people and just would do anything just to harm our babies. Please pay attention to your children. You have your newborn babies in a hospital. I don't care what hospital it's at. Pay attention. Also, the young man that stated in the video that she broke bones of his child back in 2023, he also goes on to state that a lot of other nurses that was in the hospital were very polite and friendly, but this particular nurse really wasn't as friendly. Listen to this.
Father of one of the Henrico Doctors NICU babies found to have broken bones in 2023, concerned that it has taken so long for justice.
I remember her being in the room. She was friendly, she answered questions, but she didn't stay and talk like the other NICU nurses did. She wasn't family like the other NICU nurses were.
He's describing 26-year-old Erin Strotman, the nurse now in jail, charged with felony child neglect and felony malicious wounding, related to a different baby in 2024. Strotman was put on paid administrative leave by the hospital for a year after the 2023 cases of NICU abuse came to light, and then was allowed to return in late 2024. Hackey saying the hospital should be held accountable as well.
Because that shouldn't have happened. If they were suspicious of some person enough to let him go, they shouldn't have brought him back. So that's on them. They failed. Simple.
HCA, the network that oversees Henrico Doctors Hospital, issuing this statement, saying in part it is shocked and saddened by this development in the investigation and that the hospital is focused on continuing to care for its patients. Strotman was just fired from her job on Thursday, Henrico police arresting her that night. Henrico's Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor says the investigation is not over and more charges could come as detectives continue to review NICU video footage.
We will continue to work on building cases if there is evidence present to build other cases to find if there's additional criminal culpability.
Families of some of the young victims from both 2023 and 2024 were present for Strotman's arraignment, seen leaving the courtroom in tears, some hugging each other for comfort.
I can't even imagine how he's feeling standing there knowing that someone just maliciously just did what they did to his child. And I'm now realizing that they said that they are looking at video footage of what occurred in the hospital. Why wasn't that done back in 2023? Why you wait to now after she was on paid administration leave back in 2023 for a whole year? You telling me during that whole year, you guys wasn't looking at video footage? Once again, I cannot stress the issue of how so many of our Black children are all of a sudden coming out autistic or certain things wrong with them, and us not realizing that, yo, it's people in the hospital. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry about that. That is definitely my child making noise. But anyway, make sure you like and you subscribe, and share this video so we can get this message out there. Okay. Thank you so much for watching Lovely Tanya Talk. I will be back with more content on a regular basis, things that a lot of people are not talking about. Thank you so much, and I see you later.